This is a Yellow Rocket Boys Network original presentation. Thank you for watching our content. Enjoy.
Let's talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your host, CL Cool. Yes, I'm off camera. So, I want to leave this floor to the lovely Miss Coco and just Tez. And we're going to talk about a subject that I talked about earlier this week, but I want to get a woman's perspective on. If you don't know, Brock Lesnar returned to SummerSlam, returned to WWE this Sunday at SummerSlam when he F5 John Cena. Clearly, there were people who didn't like Brock Lesnar coming back, and they voiced their opinion. So, I want to ask Miss Coco, what was your opinion on Brock Lesnar coming back?
Okay, so as someone who never really was a big fan of Brock Lesnar, I do when he comes, usually, it's always a good time. I love the F5, honestly. That's one of my favorite finishers. I think it's a good one. But he's like The Rock in the sense that I know he's got his whole other career, but he was just able to come and go whenever he pleased. And there were so little times, there was very few times that he was like an active member, on the show. So lawsuit aside, if he came back, I'd probably be less than happy, probably be happy to see face Cena, kick his butt, if you will. But with the present issues with what's been going on for the last couple of years, I think that it was controversial at best for WWE to make that move. Even though he was not convicted, I believe his name came up in that lawsuit over 60 times. So I think it kind of looks bad on their part. I will say that Cena said on SmackDown this past Friday that he never wanted to be in a ring with Brock Lesnar, but that he wasn't, afraid. And I think that kind of cleared his name on that side, saying, he didn't request him to come back, because it does seem they're bringing a lot of Cena's rivals back for the end of his reign. But yeah, I really think it was controversial at best. And I know there's a lot of opinions that, are similar to mine. Am I still going to watch? Of course, but I think it was kind of a risky move, just coming from a woman's perspective. And, the affiliation alone, people have been fired and banned from the WWE for a lot less. And it's a little cringe, if you ask me.
Okay, I will agree with you on that. Yeah, there have been people who fired for WWE for far less offenses. So, I know you said his name appeared 60 times, right?
Over. I think it was like 83.
Yeah. So, I know WWE legal cleared him, which clearly means A, they feel like they're about to get a settlement, and Lesnar's name would be kind of clear from that. Or B, they feel like he didn't really hold a significant, what's the word I'm trying to use? A significant
role in the case.
Yeah, significant role in it. So my next question to you would be, do you think WWE legal got it wrong? Because I go from the legal side. Morally, is it right for Lesnar to be back? No. But as far as the law, I see no problem with it. So do you feel the same way? Or is it just law or is moral for you?
That's a hard question to answer, because I don't believe that being legally cleared means you didn't do anything. First of all, I wasn't there, so I have no idea what happened or what didn't happen. A lot of things that we observe in the world today are hearsay. Most things are just hearsay. So I feel like it is a moral thing, but here's the reason why. Once your reputation is tarnished, regardless of if you are cleared, even if there's evidence that shows that you are not, or were not involved, to see that it was brought up that many times, that's it. That's a stain on his WWE and his the rest of his professional career, if you ask me. Now, WWE can do whatever they want. They always have. But I just feel like it doesn't look good. And for a industry that does a lot of stuff based on image, I thought it was a really bold move. I will say that it makes him a heck of a good heel, because everybody's going to want Cena to beat him. But, he said, she said, who knows? If just because he's legally cleared doesn't mean that he didn't do anything wrong, is all I'm saying.
Well, the lawsuit, she said that they didn't do anything because his plane got delayed. So there were plans to do stuff, but it never happened. But he is in a text message calling her all kinds of names and what he want her to do to him. So they didn't get a chance to do anything because his plane was delayed. Also, with like I said, morally, but and also I want to bring up a thing about TKO and how they do things. A couple years ago at a New Year's party, there's a video of Dana White like fighting with his wife on camera, like throwing hands, and TKO did nothing about it. So like to me, that's like the mindset of like TKO, Because Dana White is the president of UFC, and like they did nothing to him. But I just really wanted your perspective, because I know my perspective, and I know a lot of people's perspective, and I just really wanted yours. So I appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.